Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. I just wanted to stop by first before we get into this Tales of Aria market update to say thank you so much for those of you who joined us on stream last night to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. It's an incredible honor. We also hit 700,000 views last night too, which is really cool, and I'm really thankful for all of you who have joined us. I just want to say thank you one more time to everyone. Thank you to DK for giving us some boxes to give away. Thank you for all the patrons who participated in the birthday celebration for Flesh and Blood. So thank you for all of you. It's been an amazing journey. So let's hop in to Tales of Aria to see what is up with the set right now, with the box prices, with everything. Before we do that, if you want to support this channel, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. You get access to tons of stuff. This is not just a money grab. I'm trying really hard to give you tons of value. One of those things is a collection tracker that's able to track your Flesh and Blood collection. You also get a 10% off discount code over at Midtown Merchant. You also get access to a Discord server with tons of people to enjoy the game with, hang out, and have some conversations. It's a great thing. Patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. All right, let's hop in. Let's talk about box prices. I'm putting boxes at $107. Let me show you why. Currently, eBay sold listings for a case. There's 504. There's a box for 128, 109 for a box here with shipping. 113, blah, blah, blah. But here we also have on a Star City Games. In addition, you can get boxes for $107. They have some in stock. They've been promoting this all day. So that's where boxes are. Of course, they do have the exclusive playmat if you buy a case there that they're selling. They also, if you want to get into it, I guess I'm giving them some advertisement here, but they have boxes below map on Crucible of War. I'm not sure if that's allowed or not, whatever's going on, but this is the way the world works these days. They have a 10% off sale going on right now. So that's why you can get boxes right now for $107. And looks like George was right. So, all right, moving on. Let's go to the Fable, the Korshim. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, here's the Korshim sold listing right around a 500. This is sitting pretty good here around 500. I'm seeing reports of people buying it for cheaper than that on Facebook, but around 500 seems to be where the market price is going publicly. So that's kind of where we will sit for it. I think that's the price currently on TCG Player as well. So that's up 5% from where we were last week. You can see it started higher and it's kind of fallen. It's pretty stable here in the, you can hardly see that, sorry. It's pretty stable here in the $500 price point. So moving on to the legendaries. The legendaries a little bit more interesting this week. You can see Rampart of the Ram's Head has dropped 16% to kind of balance out a little bit. I kind of said that I thought that Rampart was going to be a card that was more in line with the rest of the legendaries. I know it's beautiful. I know it's full art. I know there's a potential that it won't be full art in Unlimited. That being said, it still is a legendary. It's still, something. It's not anything more special. It's not anything that's short printed or anything like that. Crown of Seeds also starting to move up as people start to realize how good of a card it is and how playable it is. I've seen that floating around in a couple different deck lists, and I think we're going to start to see that become the kind of card that everyone wants in the set. So let's take a look at some of those prices for you. You can see Rampart selling for $244 and $200, but it is also selling on eBay for about $230. You can get for $235. So you can see all those prices, they're starting to balance out, and then around the average around 200, 190 is the average. I think these will kind of land in the $200 average, kind of for that'll be when things really balance out. We had an uptick last week. We're kind of balanced, and then it'll be interesting to see what happens once Unlimited comes out. I am still hearing from people, and I don't take this for what it is. This is no official announcement or anything. I'm still hearing from people that Unlimited will be releasing in mid-November. So that's kind of something to keep in mind if you're somebody with who's just a player, not worried about the collecting thing. Looking at the cold foils, the Majestics, Winter's Whale down 22% to 70. Voltaire, that one seems to be the one that everyone wants at 90. We pulled this last night. It was pretty fun. Duskblade still sitting at around $50. The pulses seem to be a little bit more hot than people maybe gave them credit for earlier. These are going up 12, 27, and 31%, which is really cool. Pulse of Eisenloft, another card that's seeing a significant play in Oldham for sure. The cold foil commons, though, are very soft. Look at the percentages that the cold foil commons are down this week. Average price of a cold foil common right now is $12.40. And before you say, Louie, you're making up those prices. Well, I'm not. Scufflet suede hides. I know people say that they'll buy every cold foil under $20, but there's plenty of cold foils under $20. It's almost like people on certain social medias are liars, but there's plenty of cold foils for, there's the buckler for $10. I'm not making up the prices, people. I don't know why people say I do that. I don't do that. So yeah, that's where the prices are on them. They're all around, $10 to $15. Honestly, that's lower than I thought cold foils would be from the set for commons, but what do I know? That being said, your cold foils are down 23%, your average cold foil is down 3%, and your Majestic is actually up 5%. So there's an argument to be made that those are undervalued right now. But Channel Lake Frigid at $225, and interesting, a lot of sold listings there for Channel Lake Frigid. That card seems to be extremely rare. It would be interesting to see if we get any more Channel Lake Frigids or any more alt art channels in alt art lake, in the other ones, the other cards. Sorry, I just had a little brain fart there. All right, let's see. I guess they are channels. Sorry, that's why I was confused. The other channels. Anyway, let's see what's happening with the Rainbow Foil Majestics. We're down 22% for an average of $5.45. Your average, that price is in line with like what was happening with Monarch for a long time. Again, the big issue with these that I see is that when Monarch Unlimited came out, we saw a loss in Monarch First Edition cards. So if history repeats itself, that'll happen again. And then the question is, where do these go from $5 for a Rainbow Foil Majestic? You'll see at the end of this video how little value this adds to the box. And so that's the question I have, is like, where do these go from here when Monarch Unlimited comes out is a question in my mind. You are seeing like some Awakening is getting picked up a little bit. That's being used in Oldhim, I know. Oldhim seems to be the deck that's built I'm hearing a little bit about Lexi, but mostly about Oldhim, honestly. But the way that the singles are lining, it's still kind of hard. There's just more singles there appears to be more singles on the market than people building the decks for these three heroes. And that's what's causing the prices to drop down. So it's still hard to figure out exactly what the meta is going to look like just from a price point standpoint. Like Blizzard is up, is not down as much. Tome of Harvest is not down as much. So you can make arguments for that, like Fulminate. But it's still hard to tell what's happening. The regular Majestics, your average price is $373. Those are also down 20%. Again, you're seeing like that one, Awakening, is down quite a bit. The weapons, aren't down as much. It's hard to, we still have not stabilized, so it's hard to gain anything about a meta or anything based upon the prices of the cards. So average price of $376. Your more expensive ones, the pulses are actually doing pretty well. Pulse of Voltaven at 14. They're also not down as much. Like these are just down 6.5%. The pulses are good. The weapons are good. Voltaire's at 750. Winter's Whales at 650. So there's some value in some of those things. The Channel Lake Frigid, that one's using Oldhim too. What's the regular foil Channel Lake Frigid at? 13. Okay, that's down quite a bit. All right, looking at the rare rainbow foils, you're down to 38 cents. Looking at the rares, you're down to 9 cents. The common rainbow foils, you're down to an average about 15 cents, 24 cents, sorry. All right, let's take a look at your EV calculation. You guys know what's in this. In case you don't, they have told us that one in every 1.2 boxes, essentially every 20 packs will have a cold foil. They've also told us that 1 in 88 packs has a legendary, and from those numbers then we are able to distinguish around what these percentages would be. Then I take the averages and I multiply them by those percentages, the chances of you getting it in a box, and that means that your true box EV, which includes all the cards including the commons, the non-foils, everything, will be $120 a box. Probably not going to be able to sell those cards. Also, so if you're not probably going to be able to sell those cards, so you're probably sitting at more like $115 a box. That includes the Fable, though. So if you take out Corsham, you're just opening up a case. This includes the Majestics and Legendaries only. You'd be sitting at $102 a box, which is actually less than you can get for a single box. But if you just open up a single box, This is only the Majestic through the Majestics and Rares. Let me see if it even includes the cold foils. That's just Majestic and Rare. So if you don't hit a cold foil, basically, that's the price point there. So if we want to add, hypothetically, should add cold foil commons here. If you want to add the cold foil commons, then you're sitting at $38 a box if you hit a cold foil on average. So that's where we are sitting for the price points of Tales of Aria. Again, if you're going to open up, please open a case and not a single box. Cases provide you with this opportunity to get a lot of different product, a lot of different things that a single box might not provide you. So I'd highly recommend that you get a case and not a single box, just the way that Flesh and Blood is set up. This is where I'm saying the Majestics and Rares, the Majestics just don't have enough value to, we're not even talking about a thing where it's like, I know a comment I get in a lot of my videos is, Louis, the EV of most trading card games, we can pop to my whole face. The thing I get mentioned a lot is like, Louis, the EV of most trading card games isn't worth the box. And that is true. And I identify that. This is why I'm telling you, open up a case, because the EV is much closer to the box price if you're opening up a case, because you're almost guaranteeing yourself, you're not, but you're almost guaranteeing yourself hitting a legendary, which the legendaries in Flesh and Blood are worth so much more money than the average card that it skews the averages up. So it's not really fair to compare it to another TCG, because those TCGs don't often have something like the legendary that holds so much percentage of the weight of the boxes. So if you can manage to do it, I really recommend that you buy the legendaries. Now, you buy a case. Now, if you can't afford a $420 case of Flesh and Blood, my best advice to you is go buy singles. Singles are incredibly cheap. You can build a deck. You could build a Guardian deck, a Oldhim deck right now without the legendaries. You can build it very cheaply. Pick up the legendaries if you like the game, if you want to invest in it at that point. Until then, just enjoy the game and have fun. Hey, I thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, head to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Get you access to that collection tracker and all the other things I provide. We also have 3 Discord Armor events a week. And if you play on Thursday nights, you get $5 off of one of them a month. So it pays for your entire Patreon. That being said, have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you.